Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and we had some interruption, but we're back. So I hope I haven't lost what you all needed to see in terms of where we left off. But we did get at the very start an indication that we have somebody that has followed a path that most people don't seem to understand. It could be that this is about a romantic connection that people don't think could ever really work out. Or for, I think, the majority of you, this is a creative opportunity or a path that could result in you being famous or incredibly successful. And people have told you that it's just not worth it. It's not going to work. Hey, Key Controller. Hello, Carrie. Hello, daughter of Saturn. Yeah, that was just my first reading today. Hello, Lemonade. What's going on? What's up, Rainbow Warrior? Hello, Jamie. Hello again, Johnny. What's up? So let's calm spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I didn't bring the link over for the first part. I can probably do that real quick. But we've got your dreams coming true, basically, and people don't know how to deal with that. There were people that wanted to basically cast doubt on your ability to know what you're, actually capable of doing. There we go. There's the first part. Or whether or not you were being a little bit unreasonable. The thing is, they wanted you to feel like this was an obsession. They wanted you to doubt yourself because they were a little bit threatened. But they didn't have the kind of compass that you have that says, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is where I'm supposed to be going. So if you would like a personal reading, by the way, my email address is in the description box below. And I also recently launched memberships. So go ahead and check those out. Wanted to make sure there were some more reasonable, like low cost options, but also one that has a monthly personal reading. Hello, Matt. Hello. How's it going, Michael? Thanks for coming back. Hello, Tracy. How are you doing? Hello, Kevin. How's it going? Thank you. I appreciate that. It is my passion. All right. So let's see. Actually, I think I want some from the situations deck. So we've got somebody who has some unparalleled skills or some important purpose. For some of you, this is an important partnership. You are meant to be in a connection with somebody because you both are able to achieve more or influence more when you are a power couple. But those individuals around you, perhaps family or friends, really wanted to question you or make it seem like you were a little bit crazy for wanting this or believing in this. Did I say hello to Renee? Did I say hello to Laura? What's up? Hello, Alyssa. How are you? So we've got financial support, child, alimony, government, and past happened, history. So we could have something in your past where somebody says, well, you've tried this before and it didn't go very well. You had to borrow money or you had to, file for bankruptcy. There's something, or maybe even saying you can't do something because like your mom didn't do it or your dad didn't do it. There's like a grasping for straws kind of energy of saying, well, of course you can't do this. You're just going to end up needing money, or you're too young to get married, or that person doesn't make enough money to be your partner. It's like the practical, of course that's not going to happen kind of argument, right? Exactly. We've got love affair, dirty little secret, down low. Settlement and pressure cooker. I'm going to go ahead and say that one of the reasons that we've got somebody who has a bit of a desire to see you fail is because of something that happened in the past. Somebody that had a crush on you or pursued you, or that you had a crush on or that you pursued. I think we have some jealousy here. It could be you were flirting with my boyfriend or my girlfriend. It could be you were able to take my crush to the dance. But this is a long time ago. Some sort of, you made me feel rejected because of who you are. So because of that, I still have this anger. There's this resentment. Now, is that everybody? No, that could be one specific person who is telling you that this wasn't going to work out or that you couldn't achieve what you wanted to. There are underlying considerations or even biases. But today there's something that is changing. For some of you, there's been some sort of generational curse lifted. For others of you, there's a timeline shift or a change in law, a change in maybe somebody is retiring. Maybe there's a, what's the word? Serendipitous, like you meet somebody you didn't expect to, and they're like, oh, no way. Really? You play the drums? Let's hear. Oh, you wrote a book? Let me read it. This is a lucky break. Something going in your favor. Or this could be also somebody who's finally traveling towards their love interest. This is the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. Nacho cheese flavor. I like it. What else do we have? Two of Wands. The Fool. Six of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. And the Empress. This is like the best progression. Like at first I was like, why am I getting so many cards? I usually only read like 2 or 3 at a time. For whatever reason, I wanted 5 of them. Well, I'll tell you why, because this is like a rags to riches or a, oh, you think I can't do that? Watch. Because we've got 2 of Wands, planning, research. Generally, if you're going to do something, a project, or you want to be successful, you need to look at the market, right? When I started my channel, I wanted to understand what other people were doing in this industry to better understand how I wanted to approach it. For example, I knew I wanted it to show the cards and also my face because I felt like that was an important combination, right? Seeing the facial reactions, but also knowing that I didn't plant the cards, right? This is somebody who is taking the time or has to understand what they can do, what they need to do, what works for others, what would work uniquely for them perhaps. And then they take the chance. And then they take that leap of faith. Okay, so I'm going to apply for that job. Okay, so I'm going to audition for that role. Okay, so I'm going to drop off my mixtape, you know? And then we've got the 6 of Wands. Now, is this overnight? No, of course not. Because you had enough time to gain a couple of haters. That's what happens when you're good, okay? And the 6 of Wands is followed by the 10 of Pentacles and the Empress. This is not some flash in the pan, like, oh yeah, everybody thought you were great for 10 seconds. Don't ask me for an example because there are so many of them. But you are not a flash in the pan. You are not a one-hit wonder. This is a 10 of Pentacles. Is that money? Yes. But I also feel like it says this is like your spot. This is where you're supposed to be. You're building an empire and people didn't realize it because they were too busy like snorkeling. They weren't paying attention. So you're getting what you want. For those of you where this is a romantic connection, we have somebody who made plans to start a new life even though there were doubters or individuals who said, you know, maybe that person's not into you, or maybe that just wouldn't work long term. It's like all those like Hollywood couples that you, I don't know, like Tom Hanks, for example, has been married forever. Rita, I think is his wife. And the general expectation, if you're an actor, is, oh, you think you can make it to 2 years? But, you know, Tom Hanks out here, like, showing the world. And other people, I'm sure, too, right? This is like, oh, no. This is solid. Like, you might want to say it's fake or it's not going to last or it was just like a fluke. But no, I'm here because I'm supposed to be here. Because you're the Empress. Regardless of your gender, this is where you are supposed to be. This is either who you're supposed to be working with. He's working on a sculpture back there. Or this is who you're supposed to be building a life with. Four of Wands in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles. But even when it looked like you were not going to achieve what you wanted to, even when it looked like you might not be able to be with this person, you were still willing to do what you could to further that goal, and that determination or that commitment has paid off. Hi, Jared. How are you doing? I love it. It's a good sign. Eight of Wands, fast-moving energy, communication about things moving forward in the direction that you wanted. This could be a contract that's signed, a marriage proposal that's accepted, an interview because, you know, things are skyrocketing for you. And then here's these people over here that wanted you to not do well, and they have a front row seat to you being successful. Hello, Corey. How's it going? The Rocky theme. That would be pretty perfect. We've got Justice. You were meant to be where you are. This is not easy to achieve because you have to swim upstream. You have to deal with people who tell you you're crazy, people who tell you it's not going to work out, people who tell you everything else you should be doing, but you remained focused. For some of you, this is like, I don't know why you want to be in a relationship. That's not going to be like your forever person, but they're judging you because you're younger or because you're older. This is just the wrong reason to doubt whoever I'm reading for. They wanted you to walk away from something you knew was supposed to be for you. And you didn't. So now with Justice, your karma, your good karma is coming through. And sometimes good things happening to the Empress in particular, good things happening to people have a little bit of a double-edged sword. Number one, you've been faithful or you've, done the work. So we want you to have the success that you are destined to have. But we also, we saved the seats in the front row for your enemies so that they could, really it's so that you could see the tears roll down. No, we don't want to be that big of a jerk, but this is basically a teaching moment that says when you are committed to what you feel is your path, when you are determined and you don't let people judge you, you achieve what you want. Because you put the work behind the planning. You didn't just daydream. You didn't just obsess over something. You actually learned what you needed to do and you pursued things. So it's elevating you, but it's also showing all those people who doubted you that maybe they need to be a little bit more open-hearted, and maybe they killed off or quit on some of their dreams way too early. They're starting to think about what would have happened if they'd had your tenaciousness, man. Tenacious D-ness. I hope you know who that band is. If you don't, I'll be sad inside. Hello, Voyager. How's it going? Hello, Illuminati. What's up, dude? How's your day? I like it. Upper echelon. Hello, Larry. How are you doing? Thank you. Yes, Jack Black, exactly. Well, it was in the refrigerator. It was fair game. We've got the Death card. King of Wands. King of Swords in the reverse. So to put an end to all of this naysaying, doubting, you can't do that energy, the universe was like, okay, well, I guess it's time. Let's go ahead and make all their dreams come true. Yeah, right now, so that everybody else sees it. Excellent. Thank you. That was perfect. Because we've got this King of Swords in the reverse. The people who wanted you to feel like you were crazy for thinking this would go well. Now they're going to have to eat their own words. Now they're going to have to, they're going to have to say they were wrong. Now, does that mean that they're going to? We all know that real stubborn person who's like, I know what I'm looking at, and I know it's exactly what I said wasn't going to happen, but I still don't think it's going to happen. You can't make me look at it. You can't make me admit it. But for the majority of you, there are going to be people who have to finally confess or admit that you are actually that talented, or that you do have this strong love connection with somebody, and that's just how it is. Ace of Pentacles, opportunity. This is a big opportunity. Five of Wands in the reverse and the Two of Cups. This is a contract or relationship that had your name on it. It was supposed to be for you. For some of you, this is a power couple, because you've both been ambitious or fought for things that people told you couldn't get. But remember at the beginning, I think we had we had the Five of Wands in the reverse right here. There's no one like you. There's something that you bring to the table that is uniquely yours. Kind of like Charlotte Dobre sitting at, I guess I referenced that in the first half of this. Charlotte Dobre is hilarious. She's got a YouTube channel, and yesterday she posted a video. I think it's called I Wore Tiny Hands All Day. She did makeup and she ate pasta with tiny hands duct taped to her hands. And she gets away with it because she's hilarious. This is saying what you want to do or what you are meant to do, maybe even the couple partnership you're supposed to be in. You are exactly what is supposed to be in that place, or who is supposed to be doing that. You bring a unique energy, and that's why it works. Two of Cups, Two of Wands. Maybe you do actually bring a duality to it. You might be able to be hilarious and serious. You might be able to understand two sides of the coin. Maybe you grew up in one place, but you also lived for a long time in another, so you understand those cultures. There's something here about duality in a good way. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that. I like it. We've got the Emperor in the reverse and the Chariot in the reverse. With the Ten of Wands in the reverse. The problem is there are definitely people in your life that have discouraged you, in large part because they felt like they didn't have control or they didn't have direction in their own life. So they sought to reclaim that control over others, right? Well, I couldn't do what I wanted, so I just have to make sure that nobody else does what I want, or nobody does what they want. Misery loves company, kind of, right? I don't know though, you guys, like, have you ever been the obnoxiously happy and awake at 7 a.m. at the office person dealing with people who are just walking in and they haven't had their coffee yet? Because let me tell you, sometimes misery doesn't like company. Carmen, why are you so loud? It's not even 7:30 yet. I'm just in a good mood. Oh, of course I did, Tiana. Of course I did. So we've got the Fool in the reverse, the World, and the Lovers. You're meant to be on a stage. You are meant to be a part of something big. For some of you, this is about a relationship, and then there's another level up after that. But for many of you, this is saying you are chosen for something that people felt you would not be chosen for. Revel in it. Enjoy it. Don't let people tell you what you're capable of. You're magical. All right. I'm going to leave it there because I'm hungry. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes and the numbers. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.